Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Mariah, aka Ryu Baby. In this video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be showing you how to make a Zen garden. Now, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you know when I post new videos. If you're returning, thank you so much, and it's good to see you again. Now, I wanted to make a Zen garden because, for one, it has many benefits. One would be to just be peaceful. It's really fun to make. That in itself is like a relaxing activity, but once the Zen garden is finished, you will also be able to use it to relax as well. Now, this one I did not make for myself. It's a gift for my boyfriend. He just recently got a new desk and he loves desk toys, so I thought what better way to give him a great desk toy but to make one that he can use to relax, and it's super cool. I got all of these items from the Dollar Tree as well, except for this bin here that I'm using, the wooden tray. I did get that from Michael's. I tried so hard to find something at the Dollar Tree, but you can use whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a wooden box or tray. It could be something that you've had already, like a shoebox, as long as you line it correctly so that way the sand doesn't come out. Just something that can support this sand and all of your decorations. So I'm starting by painting this brown, painting the wooden tray brown. I wanted it to have a darker color. Like I said, this is for my boyfriend, so I just wanted it to be a darker color and go with his decor in his room. So I thought brown would be great. I got the sponges from the Dollar Tree that I'm using here, as well as, well, the acrylic paint I did get from Target, but they do have acrylic paint at the Dollar Tree. But if you go to Target, this was like $1.50 for the paint. So it's basically the same deal, pretty inexpensive. So what you want to do is just paint around, or what I'm doing here is just painting around the perimeter. I'm not painting the bottom, and I did not paint the inside either, because once you put your decor, your sand in it, it's not really going to be seen, and if it is, it's just like a little bit, so it didn't really matter to me. This paint dried really quickly because, you know, you're not adding any water to it. It's on a dry wooden tray. So you just paint it on there and let it dry. It took about like 20 minutes or so for this to actually fully dry and set. So once it's dry, you can go ahead and start the next steps, which will be adding in the sand and the decor. Okay, you guys, so this part was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be originally. I'm trying to make a rake here because that's one of the main essential items for the Zen garden, is to have like a little rake that you can use to create the patterns that have like the peaceful notions or whatever. So I was trying to make it out of popsicle sticks, which, as you can see here, I cut up one to make like the base for the rake. And then I used toothpicks and I cut them up to make the teeth for the rake. And I used crazy glue. So this was difficult because the glue didn't dry straight away. So I had to hold it there for a good little minute for the toothpicks to set in place well enough for them to actually stay. So what I would recommend is either using hot glue gun very carefully, because those can be pretty dangerous and you can burn yourself. Or just buying a mini gardening tool from like Hobby Lobby or something already made to go in the garden instead of making it. But if you wanted to DIY the entire project, you can. It is possible, but it's just difficult in the way that I did it. So now I'll be taking this styrofoam circle pad that I got from the Dollar Tree so that I can stick it in the greenery. You can use real plants if you wanted to, but I wanted to just use the succulents that I found at the Dollar Tree. But you can really put whatever you want in here. And I did end up changing this style. I ended up only using 2 of the styrofoam pads instead of 5. But for the purpose of the video, I did use 5. I also got the sand from the Dollar Tree, and I used about 4 bags. So that's how much I needed to fill. The tray is about, I think, like 2 inches high. So 4 bags was just enough. So back to some of the benefits of having a Zen garden. It's supposed to create feelings of peace and tranquility. It is from like the Japanese culture, I believe. And it has just a lot of benefits of also promoting creativity, helping you to stay centered and focused throughout your day. And it can also be related to your religion if you wanted to make it more closer to that. For this one, I just wanted it to be more about like peace and calmness, because they didn't really have any statues at the Dollar Tree either that I could use, so it was perfectly fine to just use just the plants and the rocks to create the sense of peace and calmness. So what you want to do is just play around with the things that you have, see what flows better to you. You don't have to have as many succulents as I had. You can have less or more or whatever you want to do. It depends on the size of your garden, and honestly just depends on you because it's your garden and you can do whatever you want. So some people also use rocks instead of sand, but I used both. So the fun thing about it to me is the fact that you can customize it to whatever you want. You can have it one way for a good period of time, and then you feel like changing it. So that's one of the other benefits that I see to having the Zen garden, is just like customization, creativity. You can make it look however you want. And then I wanted to add these little shells as well, so I got those. And then you can use this bottle for something else because it's super cute. And it's so tiny. It's really, I don't know, I just really like small things. But yeah, so just adding the moss and the shells, and then putting the rocks like this. But I will change it because I did want to add a candle, so you'll see that later, how I rearrange it to fit around the candle. So overall, this project cost me around $30. It would have been less, but like I said, I got the tray from Michael's, so that kind of upped the price a little bit. But everything else besides the paint came from the Dollar Tree. So if you guys wanted to do this strictly from the Dollar Tree, it would cost you a little bit less money, but it's still a pretty inexpensive project and a really nice gift to have if you want to give it to somebody, or it's really beneficial for yourself. So you can add whatever you want: statues, more candles, less greenery, more greenery. Like I said, it's very customizable. And you cannot forget the swirlies in the sand. I'm pretty sure that's not what they're called, swirlies, but that's an essential piece to the Zen garden. But now I'll show you what the finished product is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making this Zen garden. It was super fun and very peaceful as well, except for when I spilled a little bit of the sand, but that's perfectly fine. So you just want to make sure that you do this where you can clean it up easily, probably not on carpet. But anyway, I hope you guys like this, and if you decide to recreate it, don't forget to make it your own. And I hope it brings you a lot of peace and tranquility. Thanks. I'll see you in the next one.